Hey. Okay, I just thought I'd do a quick video blog. This is I did a couple of runs on my. I've got this little camera kit here, and I've not used it. I bought it. It's pretty good. You know, if you're doing an interview with somebody, it's more like for real. I'd say it's got a couple of adapters for different phones and two microphones, so you can do interviews and stuff like that with that. But for vlogging, I just decided the quality it wasn't that great on that. We're all right, but I've got this like top of the range Sony camera that I bought for Lisa, and it's a vlog camera, and I thought, well, I'll just use that. So, and I can see that this is a lot better already. This is good. All right, so I took a quick tea break. I've been coding and stuff all day, and I'm finishing up in about 45 minutes. I'm going to get finished for 5. I usually finish at 5. I work from 10 till 5 Tuesday till Friday, and on Saturday I open for a couple of hours. I was opening on a Monday, but I changed my opening hours this morning because I thought, no, I will close for 2 days. And what you have to remember is you're your own boss if you've got your company. Don't feel bad when people try to make it so that you're open for them. You have to, when you close, you close. So I open every day from 10 till 5. And my friend, he's closing for a couple of days and he feels bad about it. And I said, don't feel bad about it. Most of the people that complain to you that you're closing will be closing themselves. So all I do is, anybody who's like that they're a bit selfish, I have this and they go on this, and then at night time and they just see you later, get rid of them. Because you know, you a lot of people, you know, come to Spain, you don't want to work the dream, you want to live the dream, and that's what I'm here for. So yeah, it's just don't feel any pressure about people trying to like, get on at you about staying open and that. Just don't bugger off. So yeah, I've got my mate here from Preston and his lass, so we're going to go out and take a little bit of sun and have a nice time, as you do. And then, so let's have a think what I'm going to do first. Beer. So a lot of people, I do get a lot of questions from people from the television. We have a beer company called Craft on the Coast, and we deliver craft beer. We distribute. We don't have any of our own beer anymore. We did 2 batches of our own. We did an IPA and a brown ale, and they all sold out. Now we just distribute. We distribute mainly for Attic, which is a local company, and we supply bars and restaurants in and around Benalmádena and Torremolinos, some places like that. We have some other beer that we can get from Almenierca, but we're not going to go there until the season kicks in. So at the moment we haven't got any of that, but if you are interested, it's niche, and if you want some, it's possible we can get you some of that. Just keep your eyes peeled for that when we start getting that again. So yeah, if you want it, we deliver for free, and it's good beer. IPA is nice and fresh for the summer, and it's nice funky design, nice labels, and it is good beer. It's that good I drink it myself. Yippee. Alright, so that's that. Craft on the Coast. Remember, Craft on the Coast. And if you want any other types of ale, you can come to us about that. You know, we can source pretty much out. We're connected with all the companies here. Also, I have a craft ale locator on topbuzz.es, and that's got some of the bars that I use. I update that up every now and then. There's not a lot on there, but I will be updating it through the year. But if you go on there, you'll see all the craft ale bars that I use. There's a lot here in Torremolinos, Benalmádena, Fengerroll. I'm not sure if I've done any in Fengerroll. There is some in Malaga, Soho. That's where I hang around a lot. All the craft ale bars over there, which are the best ones. Also, Torratech is my computer company. It's tech computers, networking. I do remote fixes. I look after multi-platform as well. So I look after Windows, Linux, Macs. I do it all. Also, at the moment we're just in an influx of websites. So I've done about 8 websites in the past few months, and I've done like bars, restaurants. What else have I done? I'm doing one for a big enterprise. I'm just doing one for a butcher. I've just got another bar one coming off. They're all Swiss. They work on, you know, somebody will go on here on the tablet or on the laptop, and they change the dynamic. They're well priced. They're good price as well. So, and they're fast turnaround, cheap hosting. So your upkeep is cheap. I also do social media management if you want to run any campaigns and you want to put your business on the map. We've also got a food box, which I keep forgetting to mention. We can come to your site. We've got I know a lot of the food pictures that get posted out here. The food doesn't look very good. It looks, you look at it and you think, well, would I eat that? So if you think that your food might look a bit dodgy or your product, give us a shout, because what I can do is I can come over with a box and we can do some got itchy nose. We could do some professional photography for your product and get some people into your bar or whatever you've got, or your restaurant. So yeah, that's Toratec mainly. What else? Gigs. Yeah. So this year, I was thinking quite a lot over Christmas, getting towards, thinking about over the year, thinking, did I enjoy that? And it's kind of like this. It kind of made me go out of season a little bit this year. I didn't get full enjoyment out of it last year. I prefer to be working in show bars, where there's just music, and a lot of people who know me personally know that I don't really like football, and I don't like being in bars where people are screaming and shouting over matches and that. I just personally, if I go to a bar down the road there now and they're doing that at the bar, I'll just go to another bar, because it's just not my thing. And I've got nothing against people who do that, but I just don't like it. So if I find myself sitting around in bars waiting for matches to finish and that, I just don't like it. It's so this year I've been taking my time of cherry picking. Obviously you get me an El Mojito every Friday, apart from one Friday every month Mr. Math comes in and I change, because he's very popular. I don't mind changing one night, so that's all right. But they don't have the sport on the screen when I'm working in there. And I've got one in Belmadna, which has no sport screen. And I'm just waiting to get a message back from somebody in Fengarola, which I'm hoping has no sport screen. Because, it doesn't really mix. If you're going on halfway through a match or whatever, and they've come to see the match, they don't like you. They might growl at you. So yeah, I'm cherry picking a bit. So if you're a venue who is looking for a musician, I do everything really. I can do whatever you want, and just give me a shout. But I am looking maybe for one more. So give me a shout. I'm trying to think. I do work with Steve Owen with the Rude Boys. If you need any ska mod, and I work with Aida Gardner, and we're a dynamic duo, and we do like 70s soul, funk, and it's all party, and we're good for like weddings, and we can do like full day weddings, and make your day into that special day. So if you want any of that, give me a shout. We've got light systems, smoke systems, fully legal. We've got papers that we can show you that says that we're allowed to play and we pay, But yeah, hit me up for any of that, and I'll keep your eye on my website, wayneward.es. That will have all my show dates on for this year. I'm working on my CD. I spent 6 months working on my studio, which is sat there ready to go. The only things I haven't done yet is the drums, and I got a bit cold, and I've been a bit like trying to get some energy, but the sun's finally here. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm just I'm feeling that again. So I'm just waiting till I hit the point where I'm ready to just go in there and put some tracks down. I've been meaning to do it for a while, but it is actually set up ready properly now. And I'm going to do the CD of covers, and then I'm doing my own. The covers is like the stuff that I do at the shows, and then I've got an album of my own. I've got 10 songs that I've wrote that are all my own songs. I'll be composing. I'll be doing everything on them, and then I added another one which I ran through AI, so it's got my lyrics, but AI kind of like made the sound and the feel and the chords, and I'm going to sneak that into my album. I'm going to see if anybody can recognise which one it is. I might even give a prize for who gets it right. And then I've just started writing another one, which is going to be quite exciting. Really, I've got to take my time at this one. I've been using words in this, like, and I've been spending a lot of time in Soho in Malaga. It's kind of like I'm drawn to that place. That's where I'm going for when I want to get, just go and be free and have a good time and just get some nice vibe. And so I started writing about Soho, and it's kind of, and I've mixed some I've started thinking about how the Beatles would write stuff, and some of the people who I listen to, like Liam Gallagher, and I listen to his lyrics, and I'm kind of like choosing words, so I'm changing words and making hiding things inside, which is a bit. But I was in the bar last night. I was having a few beers, and one of my friends. He's one of the finest flamenco players I've seen. He can really play guitar. And he said, man, I want to... He didn't say man because he's not American. He said, amigo, hey. He said, I want to play guitar on one of your tracks. I said, well, you can play the lead guitar on Soho, my new song. So it's going to have feature flamenco guitar on one of my tracks, which is so exciting. He's absolutely off the scale, this guy. So something exciting to add to the album. Soho. So yeah, keep your eyes. That's going to be in the middle of the year. I've got to get this first one done first, because people keep asking me, Wayne, where's my CD? Where's my CD? Yeah, so that's all the music. If you want to book me, or if you're an agent, anything like that, feel free to contact me. I've got hundreds of testimonials. Got people come all over the world to see me. You know, and I've got all the gear. I've got all the papers. I don't know why, but I didn't have an itchy nose when I did the test video before. What else? I know why I've got an itchy nose. Lisa, this is Lisa's mum gave me this t-shirt, and Lisa's mum has got cats. I'm allergic to cats, and that's what it is. I've thought before. I can feel that when I start with the allergy of the cats, I know what it is, and I thought, well, I'm looking around, there's Freddie sat there looking at me, and I thought, well, it's not Freddie. And my eyes, oh well, I better hurry up on this video then before I start dying. Okay, last but least, I think I've got everything in. With the Lunch Club, we've been moving around. It's been absolutely fantastic. You have to bear in mind that we've been going for like 9 years, and you kind of get to know who is the problem. And so, without being horrible, I have to tell the restaurants, you know, they possibly might complain. And obviously, I don't really want to sit with the people who complain, because I don't go out to sit with somebody who complains. I want to go out and have a laugh with my mates, and it's my day off. I want to eat and that. So, you know, I have to kind of control that, which I have been doing quite well actually. And we've been going over to see Dave. Dave is one of our older members who can't make it much nowadays. He got somebody to bring him over this month, which I let him line the day up. He loved it. We went to Gins and we went to Kathmandu, and then we went to Brannigan's, because he loves going into Brannigan's. And we've been going in there from day dot, you know. So we're going to start spending a bit more time in there this year. When we move into the night, we'll definitely be going there. You know, we do like Gins as a start bar. It's central, you know, and the staff look after us. But you know, but this year when we go into the night time, we'll probably be moving back to Brannigan's, and let them have a touch of you know, let them have having us in the bar, the fantastic Lunch Club. But it's all been good. We've got a fantastic day lined up this weekend. We've changed the day because we've got some friends who can't come with work circumstances on a Monday. So we've changed it to a Sunday, and we've got Tranquil Gardens, we've got our own chef, we're getting pre-orders in, and this place is swish. We're getting well looked after. I've lined up a day for Dave next month. I've been talking to Dave, and Dave's excited. I've got a new restaurant which we're going to in a couple of weeks, which they're very interested to have us in, and they're going to do a special deal for us. We've got this 2-course meal, we've got live music, and we're going to get proper looked after, and they've even got the second one for us to go lined up. They're that excited to have us. We've got a website, we've got thousands of international members, we've got YouTube, we've got Twitter, we've got Facebook, we've got it all. We've got tens of million views a year on our website. It's massive. You won't believe how many people go on our website. People like to tune in and see what we're doing. You know, so make sure you take a look at that. That's torremolinos.lunchclub.com. Over the years, we've been going for 9 years. We have had two, like, kind of, we always get the problematic people. You got to get one or two every now and then, and we kind of like can generally spot them. If they're, I'm not saying that the nuts are out, but they do weird things. They'll just do weird things. I can't tell you what they do. When we start that, people tell us in the club. They'll say they're doing that, they're doing that. So we'll watch them, and if they are nutters, we'll get rid of them. You know, we have to do that. You know, we can't have people in disrupting, you know, our good times, because we just want to have fun. So we did have a problem with very early on with some woman and she took about 2 lunch club members with her, and she made her own lunch club, and she lasted 2 weeks. It was a waste of time. I don't understand why she did that to herself. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, we had a problem which I don't want to get into that problem again. It carried on for about 6 months, and it was like turning our lunch club into hell club. So anyhow, we managed to get rid of that, but that did take longer than what it should have done. We should have just stopped it, and we didn't let people get away with stuff. We had a bit of a problem. They're kind of like saying it's not what it is, but the way that it's wrote, I had to kind of Google that word, because I mean I didn't swallow a dictionary. I'm not very good with grammar because I'm not bothered about all that. I just say it as it is. I'm English, and it kind of indicated maybe something else might be like carrying on. So I just nip it in the bud. Just to don't invite people, and it's always the people who don't seem to come every week. They seem to drop in once a month. So if it's a couple of people who drop in a couple of months, once or twice a month, or hardly ever, it doesn't really matter. We've already got our core people. Without one person or 2 person, we've still loaded out with people coming every week. Because people coming back, and and we're always getting new members all the time. Anyhow, I've got people emailing me saying, we want to join, we're coming in a couple of weeks, and then I've got somebody coming again in a couple of weeks, new members, and they love it. It's fantastic. So, if anybody is wondering if anything's happening, no, it's fixed. And there's no messing about. If there's anybody starting to come in and thinking that they can spring another lunch club, another club, whatever, maybe not a lunch club, whether it's a man's club or a woman's club or whatever it is, it isn't coming from our club, because there is no members who are going to go. You can take a couple with you, but then when you've taken, then you the last 2 minutes. And I also one thing that grates the hell out of me is why anybody would want to spring another lunch club around here. Right? So we've got one lunch club here that's been running. We've been running for 9 years. We've got people who come. Somebody else decides that they want to spring a lunch club up the road, and people write on it like, why? There's already a lunch club. What do you want another? Why do you want 2 lunch clubs in Torremolinos? If you put one in Benalmadena, why not? In Benalmadena, they've already got a club for women already. So if it was me, I would make another club for women, because there's already one for Costa Women. It's already been established for years. So not only you're riling people up and causing trouble by doing that, you're wasting your time, because it's already, for me, it's crackers. Anyhow, but it doesn't matter to me, because for one thing, I don't actually care. We're well established, and we have our strength in numbers. And so if anybody gets worried about if I write anything, we're actually okay at the moment. We're actually hunky-dory, and anything that is like a bit untowards is like that. So yeah, but if you want to join us, so if your restaurant wants to take us in, make sure you look us up. We're on Facebook. If you just do a search for Torremolinos Lunch Club or torremolinoslunchclub.com. Like I say, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We have websites. Just message me or Lisa, and we'll send you an invite, or we'll come to yours. We'll come to your place, and we'll bring the people in. Not only do you get new customers, but you get a full review. We do a full website review with all videos and stuff like that, and we do it for free. And we never ask for anything. One thing I can say is it's a lot of work for us to do it, and we can come in there and do it for free for you guys. But we do want. Our better restaurants will always offer us something. For me and Lisa, they'll say, Wayne, you and Lisa have done a fantastic job. There's 50% off a bottle of wine. Or even better, I went into a restaurant the other day, and I lined up a lunch club for Tommy with all the steaks, and he says, there's a bottle of wine for you and Lisa. And that's because they know that about how much hard work goes in there. So yeah, if you do want us to come in, give us a shout. We'll come and see you. Like I say, it doesn't cost anything. It's free, and you can have our fantastic club in your venue. All right, so make sure you keep tuning in. I'll do another one next month. I can hear a football outside, and I think he's gone now. But the kid who ruined our brand new car, that's Freddie barking at him. Get him, Freddie! Kill! It took us about 3 or 4 months for him to realise that we don't want him to be near our car or our bike, and I think he must have kept telling his mum, and his mum's finally realised that he shouldn't really be kicking his football against people's cars anyhow, and they've moved him round the back now. I think people who, you know, without being horrible, if they don't have a car or they don't have any money to buy a car or a motorbike, they don't really have that concept of, you know, how much things are worth and you know what it means to people. So, but yeah, all right, he's made his damage, but he's leaving us alone now. We've got an eye on him, and somebody was saying, "Oh, don't be tight. You was a kid once." I was a kid once, but I never ruined people's cars with my football. I kicked it against the wall. You know, there's a bit of a difference. So, but anyhow, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to do another video blog next month. If you wanted to talk to me about any bookings or the lunch club or any computer stuff or any tech or any websites, just feel free to hit me up anytime you like. You know, I'm here. Okay. If you're in Spain, enjoy this fantastic weather. Someone's flicked that switch now. To my friends and family in England, be careful with that weather. It's really bad, and I can see it's going to be in for a while. There's a lot of wind, a lot of rain. You know, make sure you get settled down in the house, and don't go out there taking any risks or whatever, because it is looking a bit bad. And stay wrapped up. You know, I'll be walking around in my shorts thinking about you. Don't worry about it. Tatty bye. Adios.